And we're live again. Take two. I forgot to turn off the damn hotspot. Okay, I wanted to show you something. This is what I was doing, and then the thing crashed. All right, check out this outfit. Right, I wanted you to see this outfit. Right, do you see it? It has a full collar, long sleeves, goes all the way together. All right, I wanted to show you something. Why did I want to show you that? Because that's what I was wearing. I have just changed into some jammy type stuff, but I wanted to show you that. Now, the reason being, hold on, let me stretch this out. I'm going to do a teaching about this. Let me stretch this out. I tell everyone I wear these type of onesies. I just got this one the other day, and I love it. This is my new favorite one. If I could have this, I'm trying to stretch it out so you can see what it really looks like. If I could have these in every color, I'd wear them every day. Seriously? Yes. And that's that priesty thing that I'd be kind of talking about. I stretched it all the way out. All right, now look. It's like a jumpsuit. And it's like a onesie. And it covers all the way to your toes. And it covers everything, right? Okay, you following? All right, now. I just came in from outside. And obviously I'm not just going to sit around in my onesie. I'll go ahead and put something more comfortable on than the onesie. What's more comfortable? Actually, nothing in the world. Let me pick it up before the dog lays on it and covers it. Okay, so it's very misleading. If you listen to my videos and you look at my pictures, you imagine that I'm something that I don't really appear to be. Now, we talk about people wearing masks to make themselves look like more. But what about someone like me that wears a mask to look like less? And for a person like me that wants to be less, to be accepted, wouldn't you imagine that people that do the most would be extremely irritating to a person like me? You're like, you really wear that? If I could, I just got that one the other day. I just tried it on today. Man, covers all the way. It looks like something like, oh man, and it's totally awesome. I was like, I could even layer this for the winter. Really? Yeah. Everybody else wants something tight and fitting that shows their physique and shows how sexy their body is. If you looked at that, that doesn't show any of my body. Not no piece of my body. Nobody. Who can tell what's underneath there? Nobody. Am I hiding something disgusting? No. That's where it gets interesting. Don't get me wrong. I have stretch marks, cellulite, maybe some varicose veins. Nothing terrible. But in the essence, why would I be hiding my body? Because I don't like that attention. But everybody else, if you were keeping up with me from the video earlier, feeds off of it. Who am I? As I went to say that, it was like the Lilith reclaiming her power. Not realistically, because it was taken away. Appearance was taken away from me in many lives. Appearance means nothing. Going back to Medusa, or even, Queen Kali here. Appearance. I appear to look like no other. Do I not look beautiful in my, in my difference, in our differences? Dusty is what I look like. Ashy. That was a good ass fucking joke. Dust to dust and ash to ash. What's up, everyone? I am the High Priestess Phoenix. I am your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru. I wear clothes like that because I said I am the priestess. Who am I really? God's first child, reincarnated, the dark goddess in the flesh. I am the Lilith, but many others, but I'm reliving the destiny of the Lilith. How lovely is that? Incorporating all the past lives. We're currently doing a teaching about love and lust and Knight of Wands energy. We just need to talk about the Queen of Wands while we're at it. Princess of Wands, according to Steve's Love Tarot, always puts out. So, we might need to bring her in. Bring your little sister, too. She's a little dirty whore. The whole damn family. The whore damn family. Everybody wants to be desired. We're talking about desire. The need to feel beautiful and desired. Oh God, I remembered what you look like. That was great. Hey dude, I hadn't seen Bobby, and I saw Bobby, and he was very desirable to me. I was like, oh my God. He didn't have the right energy to be just like all over him, but because he wanted to talk about some shit, but damn, he looked really good when I saw him. Why? I don't know, it's love. Fucking love goggles, I suppose. He's probably really beautiful to a lot of people. I'm not really sure. I don't see him that often to know. His effect on others, it's not always a great effect on me. We'll leave it at that effect and move on. I've been talking about Kim Kardashian and that bullshit all the time. I talk about Jonica and that bullshit all the time. I talk about you guys and that bullshit. I talked about everyone in that bullshit. You're on that bullshit. You wanna project yourself to be something that they want, and especially appealing to the eye. And Jesus, speaking of which, Wolfman did that. I had seen him like once or twice on the videos, and then I was watching him, and I don't even know. I was just kind of all of a sudden attracted to him, and then my Holy Spirit started looking through his page, and it said, "Go check out his Instagram." And I get to an Instagram, and there's this naked view of him and his backside, and this is a view of a man I've never seen, and it stimulates all kinds of excitement, which is that video I shared. I didn't have that image in my memory at that point. I don't have a memory of a man, not my own or any other, in that image, and it made me all kinds of excited. The beast awoke inside of me. And yeah, naturally, that's what happens with every woman. If you look at Lewis too much, you might get excited. I don't know. And I guess for men, I guess it would probably just cause an enormous amounts of jealousy. And that's probably what happens with Kim Kardashian. Enormous amounts of jealousy or too much excitement. I don't feel jealousy, and you're not exciting me. Realistically, it would be no. Because God makes every girl beautiful at a time in her life where her body is just perfect. At my time in my life, I didn't even know it. I didn't even know. And most of the time it is. It's perfect to how it fits you and how you wear it. I find that extremely intriguing about large set black women. They hold it with beauty, not with shame. They hold it with beauty. They hold it with confidence. They hold it with, I'm seeing Madagascar. He's like, I like them big. I like them chunky. Now, that goes back to what we were talking about earlier. I know I broke the fucking internet with that conversation because a lot of men shamefully will not touch a plus-size woman and don't understand the intensity of what it is. It's having something to grab onto. Not just you, but grabs onto you quite tightly. And I'm sure I sparked an enormous amount of sexual evolution in these small boys that are always seeking young girls. I suppose for someone like Bobby's like, this is old news. He was sleeping with 30-year-old women when he was, very young. But in the essence, it's like, here comes Bernie Mac. The older the berry, the sweeter the juice. Take it easy, bro. We're not going that far. Leave Betty White out of the conversation. We didn't. Blowjob Betty was totally part of that conversation, bro. A woman doesn't lose her sexuality by her age. She does not. And that's the sad part, is men do. Why? I believe because they lose their confidence. Same reason a woman would put her flame out. In the essence of that. So we're talking about the masks we wear to be acceptable or to be liked or whatever. As you can see, I don't care if you like it. I'm out there just like, the fuck is she wearing? That's pretty much it. Do I have clothes? Yeah, obviously I go to interviews and I do all of this stuff. But my preferred is just to stay covered up. And I had said that. I feel like anything that I have to offer doesn't need to be offered to everybody. Do you know what I mean? I can remember, before I've always had big tits and a big ass. And never like an enormous stomach. Even when I'm big, I hold it well. I'm just a heavy-set horse. Realistically, yeah, I can look at pictures. That's what's crazy. You can look at my videos from my last page. That was like the biggest time of my life, and I still didn't look, you know what I mean? Like a potato with legs. If I don't shut up, they're gonna plant me and make me one. Cabbage Patch Kids and all. Anyway, sorry. That was funny. You can be very mean without being, you know what I mean? Without hurting, like, really intentionally. I know I can. It's in my nature. Just the things I say are so hurtful, aren't they? Alright. Going back to it. It's like, yeah. And that's what I said. I never really, I showed up in a dress because I was supposed to. That's what I told him. I was like, I'm not going to be dressed like this on fucking Sunday morning, dude. What are you fucking talking about? I'll be completely covered up. Just praising God and shit. Like, I don't do this. Like, I can, but nah. I'm not trying to look. And that's where it is like, don't try to parade me out there and be like, look how beautiful my... No. You don't... No. And that's really what it is. And that's what it goes back to. If she isn't beautiful, is she anything? And that's what Russ is so proud of. Look how beautiful she is. I'm just sitting here like, I know there's so many beautiful women. You're surrounded by beautiful women. Why is she any more beautiful? Because she's mine. I chose her to be the most beautiful. That goes back to Kanye. Why does your girlfriend look like your ex-wife? And that's what I told fucking... Dude, I really saw it, Bobby. Your wife looks like your fucking baby mama, bro. Do I look like them? I don't want to be part of the lookalikes. I'm so serious. All you doppelganging bullshit, bro. And that's what it is. You have a type. Wolfman, I've watched you for a year. In the first year, you were very feral. Ugh, Jesus. And I can't... Your birthday? That was sad. That was an ego death to me. Here I am thinking, you expect a higher percentage of a woman, and this is the woman? I was like, oh, dude, you ended up with, like, I don't know, Joanna. Who'd Joanna look like? Bro, she looks like she lives in Arvada, bro, for anybody that's from here. Where we want to say in California. Bro, she looks like she's from San Jose, bro. She looks like she's from Halia, what do you say? No, not even, dude. She looks like she's from, like... That's not even cool either. I was gonna say... I'm like, let's just stop pointing out places on the map. Just stop putting this bitch on the map. She was never on the map. What are you doing, bro? And that's when Kanye came in and we made a whole conversation about lowering your standards just to have someone to stand near. Oh, man. Come on, dude. Here comes Allie. I know my past speaks for itself. It's not about looks, bro. We're all out here looking stupid over somebody that was either ugly or not. But you look... We're in this place of vanity, bro. It's literally a came up on the devil's advocate. It's everybody's so vain. They want to be so beautiful. They want to look like something you want. They want to be desirable. They want to... That's Russ. That's everybody. You want to share this life that other people want. You want people to envy you. You want the vanity that comes with it. Vanity Fair. Hey, was that you? I think it was Daddy Yankee or one of you bastards shared it recently. Said he was on Vanity Fair. Stop it. I cannot. This is not the Mary Poppins fair that I thought I was going to. Did you guys know that when you grew up, you were going to be such a screw-up? That when you blew up, you were going to be such a screw-up. You weren't a screw-up trying to blow up. You were just doing what people do, and everybody was like, you know, either hating or waiting. But now that you are what you are, do you know how bad it sucks to be? You have to hold this image of, look at me. Don't you want to be like me? But in order to do that, you have to be like everyone else they want to be like, which is not you. Such a mess. In the essence, I'd be trying to be like Mother Mary, and I'm a whole fucking succubus that really wants to see what a penis does. We're hiding things. Welcome to the shadow. I'm going to pull these cards because I had them out earlier, and I'm sure they're going to bring some funness to the fucking to the conversation. Let's talk with our dirty crows. I saw. Oh, I haven't thought about that dude. What's that dude's name? Brandon Ferret, something. Brandon. Whatever. He was part of that movie, The Crows. Ooh, we got the Knight of Wands. What's the Nine of Wands? The Wolfman. I can't remember my cards when I'm staring at these scary fucking things. These cards will make you lose your understanding of what tarot means. Really? I haven't read one that's really... The pictures. What the fuck is the Nine of Wands? I think it's worry, right? God, that fucked me up. What does he look like? He looks stressed. I went to the Five of Cups. That's not any better. Nine of Wands. How quickly things can turn. Your boon companions, your faithful guides, now dart about you, pecking mercilessly. You teeter on the brink and breathe away from falling into vines that will cut you and hold you fast. You rally your strength to defend the hill you have worked so hard to climb. They won't take this from you, not today. Keywords: defending your position. I defend my honor. What are we talking about? Facing adversity, endurance, and struggle. Oh, I don't know. That's Kobe words. What are we talking about, Kobe? Where are you at? Have you turned against me? Just kidding. I don't stand with you on this bullshit. Is that what's... Isn't it about your comrades? It happens too quickly. The people that are for you turn against you. Why? Because they're not really for you. They're just followers. They'll follow anyone until you start talking about some shit that they don't like. I like that moment. I was like, ooh, I found something. What did I say? Say more. Say more. Find more of what they don't like so they can go away. Really? I like to find out that you don't like me. Enough that it makes you go away. Because then I don't have to worry about it later. I like that you can't stand me. That tells me what's wrong with you. Really? Yeah. You have to have exactly this to deal with me. You have to face adversity. You have to have endurance, and it's going to be a struggle. You're always going to try to defend your position with me. Am I fighting it, or just absolutely questioning it and telling you to question it? Why? But why? But why don't you do something else? Alright, let me look in here. Why? Because I don't know if we need a little bit more information about the Nine of Wands. Maybe. Let me just look at the picture, and then I'll see if it tells me anything. Yeah. Resilience. You've been knocked down and picked yourself up a million times, and you're tired of it. And another setback. You feel like you're at the end of your tether. You will find reserve and strength, so don't give up. Be patient, strong, and you will triumph. Put your faith and resilience in your inner spirit. This card can indicate recovery of a debilitating illness, recovery of frightening or worry situation. Hey, bro. I told my daughter about it today. I watched this movie yesterday that was made around the time I was conceived and shit. What was it? Joe versus the Volcano with Tom Hanks. Like, what is that? Exactly. Okay, spoiler alert, but this movie has been around for as long as I have, so it's not really, but it's worth watching. The dude finds out he has a terminal illness, and somebody propositions him with an idea to sacrifice himself into this volcano for the tribal people, and he'll pay it worth his while up until the time he jumps in there. I said, well, fuck it. I'm going on vacation and I'm going to die. And he goes on this crazy ass vacation. And and he's going to die. Now, I can tell you, the only part I'm not going to fuck up this whole movie for, I can tell you that along his way, he finds out he does not have the illness. Now, watch the movie, because what's really great about that movie is, back then, we were allowed to imagine. If you did something like that in one of our movies today, people would say it's rotten and they don't like it, because it didn't have a realistic ending. It should have ended this way. They want predictability. They want it to go one way or the other. They want it to be realistic. Something that relates to them. But back then, when we were young, that's when the real, like Stan Lee, when, comics and imagination, that's when aliens, that's when all of that, they had minds and they shared these ideas of things that never even were considered. Star Trek and just magic, Harry Potter, stuff like that. You were allowed to imagine back then. Now they want you to make something real. Something tangible. When's the last time you saw a sci-fi or a fairy tale movie made? Something out of this world. Really? Yeah, and that's where they could play with the story. They could end the story how they wanted to. And no matter how it ended, like the never-ending story or any of those, that was good and wholesome. That's why people have to go to Disney now for that. Because in the real world, they have to be real stories. They want you to have a real experience about something real. So it's usually like history or something, a story built on history. And all the stories that could have came out of the mind of logic, he came up with something logical. A person that has a job or has a business that's going under and has to find a way to save it. Very typical. People can relate to this. People experience this. But what about the extraordinary? I'm seeing the movie like The Indian in the Cupboard. What about the extraordinary? This comes back to, you might think you're dying, but God says you have more life to live. Release from a frightening or worrying situation. Maybe they drop charges. I'm not really sure. You know what I mean? And it's made to make you look at life differently, to have more respect, more reverence. It's called a fall from grace with humility. So you can see life for what life is and stop trying to control life, but enjoy life. In a relationship, you've been hurt more than once, and it has made you weary. Yeah, you saw that projection. It took one day for me not to trust you. I've been through this too much. I have been through the twin flame journey with too many to believe it. I believe that I know what this is about. And that's just based on what I've got out of it so far. It's always the same result. Now, I don't care how many times they tell me it could be a different result. Until I see a different result out of you, I believe that this will be the same as it always is. That's how you'll manifest it. How can I manifest your future, loser? Just because I don't believe in you, Wolfman, doesn't mean that it won't happen. That just means that you will make me a believer. Or I'll have to work through those misbeliefs about what you are capable of. But how could I do that without seeing some kind of capabilities? So therefore, don't be mad at my pessimism to this situation, that I take it as nothing more than a challenge to my ego. And therefore, the ego shall die. But right away, I'm faced with you. Of course I'm going to flare up like a fucking hemorrhoid, you dingleberry. Those are your words anyways. Be aware that you have been looking for love in all the wrong places and hooking up with the wrong kind of person over and over again. No! See? Anyways. I didn't fucking try to hook up with no one. That was the whole point. I was not hooking up with the person I wanted to hook up with because it's the wrong person over and over again. Same time. Every time I hook up with you, this is the wrong, same, it doesn't matter. And then going back to you, Wolfman, swear to God, you don't even know my past, but I know my past, and you look like my past. You look like every mistake I've ever made, dude. They made you look like the same person over and over again. Like, you look like everything I'd fall for. They were sure of it. And I was like, no, I know better. I'm not going to do this. And then they're like, no, go do it. You're stupid. They're trying to fuck up my head. And that's fine, because that's all they're ever trying to do is, you know what I mean? Take a fork and eat the spaghetti. And I get left with no meatballs. I'm all seeing it like all totally fucking Hannibal Lecter, like they're just literally pulling out my thoughts. Really? Yeah, welcome to the fucking journey. In the essence, like, yeah, I don't fucking trust you. I don't trust them. I don't trust God in this situation, if you really want to know the truth. Does it have to do with you? No, God has let me down many times in this department. He tells me to do it, and then he gets mad at me because I'm not giving it all. Oh, God, do you know how long it lasted with Russ? I won't do this. I knew Russ was a waste of my love. But if I didn't do what he said and give it to him, the days became years, bro. I would just cry, please stop, God. I don't. It would just like make me think about him, and just so I could be angry all the time, bro. Like, I want to shove my head into the wall right now. There's times I wake up and he's like, here. I remember that day. There's a video, Lilith versus God. I felt like a mental patient, bro. I felt like I was strapped to the bed. I opened my eyes and there's Bobby. It's like the one thing, bro. That one thing that you would like. Not today, God. Get it out of my face, God. Get it out of my face, God. And I went just crazy. They put you right in my face, bro. I'm not ready to face you. Welcome to the Twin Flame journey. It's a mirror. You don't want to face yourself. You have no idea. That's why I said you better start writing books about it. You better start writing books about how fucking this really is, bro. People think it's some bullshit ass, romanticized. This is fucking the most painful fucking journey you're about to ever embark on, you piece of shit. Welcome. What happens? Oh, I love you at the end. But while we're going through it, no, I hate you all the way. Why? Because you're the initiator of everything. It goes both ways. You better change your fucking life too, asshole. It's supposed to, but it never does. Who got better? Marshall. Shut up, Marshall. Shut up, Marshall. Then there was that post. You're going to be performing at a Detroit Lions. Yeah, but you're not playing that shit over in the Bronco country. Nobody want to hear your hate crimes on our field. I hear Taylor Swift. What is she singing? It's something, yeah. And the hater's gonna hate. Yeah. Taylor Swift wins all the time. Why? Because she's spreading love. The fuck are you spreading? Animosity. Your music career is over. If you can't find happiness, it goes to the rest of you douchers, douchebags, fucking used condoms. Alright, anyways, your abstinency and refusal to compromise, reverse, has put you in a position of having to defend something undefensible. What am I defending? My honor? I mean, who do I honor? Your honor? Listen here, Your Honor. I don't know, I'm in a war. I'm fighting my shadows. And they came in the form of this guy. God, I just fucking got rid of you, didn't I? Oh, man. You know how hard it is to love somebody you don't want to love? I don't fucking want to. Oh, you guys, who said this is fun? Like, that's my twin flame. I love them. I mean, when my heart is open, you know how long it takes to get there? Oh, God, everything. Right there, it's like, that's where this pull from the past comes from. It's like somebody else, dude. My heart's already open to you. I can't open my heart to this guy. God. Which means, shut up, Connie. How'd you become so heartless? I don't know. Oh, I hate this fucking journey. Anyways, unless you can show some strength and character and admit you're wrong, you stand to lose a lot more than you imagine. What am I going to lose? You blocked me since the beginning. I'm knocking on a blocked door. It's stupid to me. This is pride-breaking shit. This is olive branch in my face. Whoosh. I've done this before. Anyways, you feel alone and isolated. Relationships never seem to work out, and you must look at yourself for the cause. Because I've learned to live happily ever after. I didn't think I would need to be wooed, but I think it needs to happen. I love. I just don't like. Put that on my grave. She loved. She just didn't like. I'm gonna write that down on my profile. I need a tattoo of that on my forehead. I love you. I just don't like you. When is that gonna sink in? Do you think God likes all of us? God, do you like me? I love you. Yeah, I heard the tone. Dude, how many days am I going to do this for? I don't know, bro. It could happen. It could be the whole dark season. Every day I wake up and have to fight him in my mind. For how long? Until one of them give in. I think my mind will give in before he does. He's a hard-headed motherfucker. It's like whose ego is going to break first between these two? This is worse than me and Russ. This is never going to... What happened? I surrendered, turned around and started telling him how much I loved him, and he ran away. If I ever want to get under Russ's skin, I just got to tell him how special he is to me, how important he is, and how much I really enjoy his presence in my life. That kind of talk really scares the shit out of him. You know what works for Bobby? I'm going to marry you. I'm going to have your children. You know what works for fucking Marshall? We need to be grandparents together. I know exactly what to say to make you run away. With your tail between your legs. Wait, that's not a tail. I guess it's your penis. I thought it was a vagina. With your lips closed. Hey guys. That was my spirit guides. They're being a little dirty. Naughty boys. Alright, anyways. Don't keep repeating the same destructive patterns. I mean, it's what I do. I can't even stop it. Do you see? It's already started. I'm pushing you away. Why? Because I don't want to have to. But I'm still working on it. That's what's so stupid. Never works because of that reason. I'll be pushing away the very thing I'm working at. It doesn't really. It's just a battle over here. He's probably not even paying attention. And that's usually how it works. It's like, it's just, you know, me in a mirror. As my kid said, you and your imaginary boyfriends. I agree. They've gotten me so far in life. I never even had to actually have a boyfriend. That's why I said, happily ever after. I've done so much healing without actually being in a physical relationship. I'm in a huge relationship with myself and the Holy Spirit. Alright, anyways, depending on the surrounding cards, the Nine of Wands reverse can indicate ill health, physical or mental. I mean, I could be mentally ill. So could you. I don't know. God who heals. Call Raphael. Call the Palladians. Call Jesus. Call the Ghostbusters. Call in the doctors. Get a second opinion is what Joe needed. She's like, you didn't get a second opinion on something called a brain cloud? My thoughts were real fuzzy. What? Sorry, I didn't ruin it. Was too late. By the time he got that, it's funny. Watch the movie. It's a good movie. Dare to imagine. He was so with it, though. He was like, well, fuck, I'm gonna die. That's what I really enjoyed. I was like, is this a joke? He's like, really, fuck it. He said, fuck it. It's like, if I'm gonna do it, I want to do it, you know. He was serious, dude. He was like, yeah, I'm totally gonna sacrifice myself to the gods. I mean, how much would you feel? How much would you feel before you literally just went brain dead and died? How much of the burning sensation of jumping into the lava would you really feel? Are you gonna be Anakin? Ah! No, it's a pool of it, dude. You're going straight in. You're a turd that you're gonna sink straight to. It's gonna melt you from the, you know what I mean? By layers. What a way to go. Way to go. Sorry. Sparks of creativity happen when you're inside of the dark night of the soul. You laugh your way all the way through it. Where are we at in the Notoria? Ooh. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. That's a killer ass picture, bro. What does that say? 8 of Swords? Is that... Come on. I'm like, is that... Yep, come on. Alright. Current energy, along with the... What the fuck was that one again? That was the 8. We're in the 8-8s. Because the last one was 8 of Wands. That's not where I'm at all. It's card number 7, though. That's how I fucked this up last time. I was looking for the 8. 12, 10, 8. Is that who we got? No. 7. Duh. The patient god. Akaya instills patience as a virtue. Partly static and passive, but essential for calming and lucidly assessing problem solving and solution seeking. Are you looking for answers? What are your questions? It is the calm before the storm, or the strong and decisive action, opening new paths and enabling us to resolve what is unresolved. Ooh, you're taking action. The Seraphim promotes, on page 22, what is happening? Concentration and learning, which in excess could lead to impatience in study, laziness, or consequently negligence and ignorance. The Seraphim, the 8 of Swords, Mercury, Taurus, 8 of Swords. No, we were at the 9 of Wands, correct? Yes. Back to the book. I went to the 9 of Pentacles. Swords from the beginning. Oh no. It's that card. You're stuck. That's not how... See what I mean? I can lose complete understanding of the card just based on the deck. That's what they said, right? Card of bondage, constraint, whether the cause is an illness, disability, dead-end job, troubled relationship, financial circumstances. You feel lonely and isolated, same as the last card. Dilemma is self-created and restrictions are in your mind. It is the bondage of your own fears and self-limitations that need to be banished. You think yourself as a victim. You hand yourself over to the power of others and allow yourself to be constrained by their rules. Take responsibility for yourself. Use positive power of swords to think your way through a situation. Did you hear that cough? A lot of those are me having thoughts that I won't speak, so then it turns into a cough. Yeah? I have a lot of images while I'm speaking and I don't, and it just turns into a cough. Really? Because I said that earlier. I was like, oh, she's playing victim. I was like, things are just going wrong and she feels like everyone's against her. Really? Yeah, it's something I said earlier. Reverse meaning. You've been through a difficult period, but you're beginning to see the way through. You can gain temporary relief by your problems by distancing yourself from them. This will enable you to gain a better perspective on what faces you, which may not be as bad as you feared. Don't be afraid to ask for help from friends and professionals. On page 33. Okay, reminder, please. Because the 9 of Wands was... Recovering from a debilitating illness. Relationships have maybe brought you down. This is the breaking point is what it looks like. You know what I mean? If we're going from one to the other, it's like you're about to give up, and then it says you have. Well, there's this thing that sticks in my head, and I heard it again yesterday. I was walking down the stairs one day and I heard a spirit of a higher self of somebody, I'm not going to point out, scream out to me, "We can't all just be like you." And I screamed back to it. I'm like, "What? Just give up?" Giving up isn't an option to you. And I don't understand why. But that's what happens to me. And for some of you, you give up on everything, is the absolute polar opposite of this. But some people will never give up. They don't want to accept loss, be a loser, or just not win. So, like, what got me here and what keeps me going is surrender. How long was I going to fight God and what He told me to do? I know I get my orders directly from God. You guys get them from your heart at this point, and you completely do not do what your heart tells you. That's your own fucking free will choice. Fine, whatever. That's the difference. I surrender. I give up. I give up this perilous fight of my mind. And and that's how long is it going to take for my mind? Until it's exhausted. Until my mind is exhausted trying to fight this battle and it has no more fight in it. And then I can finally take control. The mind is in control until it loses control, and then I can come in and take control over it. And so as I look at these cards, it's perfectly example. It's like you won't give up until you've had no choice but to give up. And that comes with the fucking five of fucking, you know what I mean? The five of fucking swords, where you feel defeated. The five of cups, where you're in a state of fucking loss. You know what I mean? They're just lessons in fucking life, bro. All of these cards are just stories to, pages in the book of life. That, without these ups and downs and the rides of the roller coaster and, roadblocks, red tape, and fucking heartbreak and betrayal, what kind of life would we have if there wasn't a life to be had? There's got to be characters. There's got to be sustenance to what it is we do in just our mundane world. And even if you only have 5 or 6 people, that little 5 or 6 contributes to the way this whole world works. And in your own little makings of your own little reality, you'll play your little roles, and and that's what it is. And throughout those roles, everyone has to take their turns, taking their falls, their backslides, you know what I mean, their roll of the dice, their heartbreaks, their losses, their ups and their downs. It's just part of it. So, starting with, resilience, never giving up, pushing through till the end of it, only to find out that you get there and you never won anything and you just fought a good battle. It's like, I came for gold, and this is all I got is to put my flag on, you know what I mean? Because realistically, if you go to the moon, you go through all of this work, bro, all kinds of training. You want to go to the moon. Bezo, whatever his name is, he's going to get you to the fucking moon. You have to go through so much work to know that motherfucker. Then, once he says, alright, I'll put you on a fucking rocket ship to the moon, you gotta do all kinds of motherfucking training to get to the motherfucking moon. Then you get out there, all because you want to show everyone you did it, and they tell you, you can't take a picture, no cameras work out here. Then you go to grab some dirt to bring back with you, so you can't take that. What? It was all about being able to do it. Before phones existed. It was about having that experience in your heart, not a picture on your wall. Not the adrenaline rush of showing everyone, look at my meal. Look at what my boyfriend bought you. Look at my new promotion. Look at my new car. Look at. And that's what this new season is about to be about, this vanity season called Christmas season. Look what I got so-and-so. Look at my house. Look at my food. Look at this. Bridge Fit, I'm sure, is always already on the look at us family. We are the perfect family. And look at what my kids have done. And look. Please don't make me look at you. I'm just trying to look at my own God and my own life. Looking at your life takes from me looking at my own. I don't need to look at how you live yours and try to compete or compare or be bothered by the way you live your fucking life. Whatever makes you happy, Snappy. Got it? That's really what I want you to understand is it really about making it out of here with a man? Or just being able to figure out what's wrong with me and why I don't have one already? That could be good enough. Through this, I'm going to figure out why I'm still single. Obviously. And maybe I don't make it out with a man, but I figure out what was keeping me attracted to, men like this. Who knows? But you feel like if you don't make it out with what you went in there, like if you don't get the prize at the end of the fucking ride, then you didn't make it out with nothing. And that's Lewis. Lewis hasn't won a race all fucking season. I told you he wouldn't. What does he make it out with? Was it a waste of a whole year? Did none of this mean nothing because he didn't come home with a prize at the end of it? I'll tell you one thing, you guys. He'll remember this year and these last couple years of losing for the rest of his life, and nobody will ever let him forget these years. It's long before he sits there and thinks about the years of winning, but these are the years he'll never really forget. He won for nearly 20 years, but these last couple years of not winning, he'll never forget those. He's already forgotten. Because that's all he did was win. But when something else happened, he even though he didn't win, he went through a lot more this year than he's ever gone in any other year before. How does he feel at the end of it? Because he didn't come home with a prize. Was the prize worth it? And are you willing to do that again next year? Because I tell you the same thing, Lewis. God is not giving you that prize. The prize is the growth to walk away. And know that you don't need a prize to walk away. He doesn't need to be an 8-time world champion to walk away. That's created in his own head. He can walk away when he's tired of losing. He's just begun to lose, and he's not ready to accept that he's losing. And he's not going to stop losing until he wins. Sounds like a loser mentality to me. When's it stop, Lewis? When you make it stop. When do you stop losing? When you say enough is enough, and I'm a winner and I don't need to lose anymore. It doesn't stop with a trophy. You winning a race doesn't take away all this loss. You walking away from the loss takes away the loss. No trophy is going to make up for all these losses. You think it will. You think it'll make it all worth it. That's a fucking addict mentality, Lewis. That's an addict. It's not even real gold, bro. It's not worth anything, and you have so many. Do you see what you're doing? You're chasing cars in circles. Literally. And that's to the rest of you. You're chasing what at your job, in your relationship, in your neighborhoods? What is that car you're chasing that you think once you catch it, you'll stop running? Goes back to the Knight of Wands too, you guys. Well, that was heavy duty. Do we have an oracle to end on? I suppose. As I'm like, yeah. It's not about defeat. And that's where Kobe comes in. And I was like, oh, here's Kobe. Lessons to be learned. That's all it is. I'm sure he has some great video to come behind and say that wasn't the right card. Huh. No, these are the... Yeah, I put that in the wrong one. I'm sure he has some great video to tell us about, Kobe didn't understand that. Kobe never gave up. But it wasn't about winning. That's the difference. It was about evolving and learning. Marshall does it to win. He hasn't pushed his limits. He hasn't pushed the limits of what he can do lyrically. Not even close. He keeps it limited to what people want to hear. That's what I said. It's like, what a waste. What a waste. Realistically, yeah. Most people have. They've pushed their limits. They can't come up with anything better than what they've come up with. He's trying to push the ceiling of an elevator, which means you can always push it further. But I'm seeing Willy Wonka. Why don't you push it a different direction? Quiet in the set. Curtain call I heard. If you're so great with words, then why aren't you the next Dr. Seuss? Why aren't you teaching children how to rhyme? Literal children. Father Time. If you're so great at telling stories, then why aren't you teaching people how to write sonnets or love letters? Why are you wasting them in syllables? Where's the poetry? Because you're nothing more than an actual poet of the creations of words. As the king of swords. What do we got? Treasure Island. Hey. When I thought of that, I thought of Vegas. Hey. Louis, you gonna be in Vegas? I have a crazy story about Treasure Island. Really? Yeah. My favorite was Circus. When I was little, before we went to California, my mom took us out there to, scout the land. And she took us to Vegas as a family trip, and we met with our sisters and all this shit. Anyways, me and my sister one night decided we were going to hit this trip, and she got me all dressed up. We went over to Treasure Island, and we went in, and they served me alcohol. I was like fucking 14. It was crazy cool, and I thought it was the coolest place. I never forgot that place. It's the first time I ever drank legally. I guess you could say fully illegally. And they had this cool thing. I walked by there when me and my kids were there last year. It's no longer there. They're tearing it all down. The whole strip has been torn down because they put in a whole fucking Formula One fucking track in there. Not really, just they just tore down a lot of stuff since I was a kid. I'm old. But they tore down most of that. They had these boats. They had a boat in the front of it, these two boats, and they would have these actors, and every couple of hours they would put on this show where they would, do a battle fight and sink their ships and stuff. It was a cool show. You could sit there, walking by and watch this show, or you could sit at the bar or the restaurant from inside and watch the show. And that's what we did. We went inside just to watch the show, and they offered us drinks, and it was the coolest thing. And after that, we were just hanging out in Las Vegas. After I had a drink in my hand, they assumed I was of age. Funny how that works. It's no different than Mexico. I'm like, are you sure? Are you sure I can go in? Yeah, just give me your ID. They're not going to check your ID. You'll be fine. And here I am. I'm 15 years old, and I'm in a fucking full-on nightclub. And it's like $20, all you can drink. And they have bubble rooms, and they have a fucking... Dude, have you ever been to Mexico? They do everything to appease the tourist. They have slides in there. There's this bull riding thing you can do in multiple ones. There's all kinds of shit, bro. Are you serious? I swear to God, bro. They're like Dave and Buster's. If there was a thing. They created all these crazy, concepts. And don't go to the red light district. Then it gets real scary. Really? Yeah. Adventure time, for sure. So anyways, yeah, I remember Treasure Island as an adventure, for sure. Where did I turn to? Who knows? 8. What number is that? Oh. I went to 8, which is community, and we went to 9. The law of attraction, bringing dreams into fruition, the result of positive thinking made manifest. Abundance appears as if from nowhere. Financial gains and sharing of goods and fortune. On page 33, again. This oracle message. You've worked hard and accepted your unwavering belief in abundance, and suddenly, in the midst of it all, you hit the jackpot. You have uncovered the map to a buried treasure and tapped into the unlimited potential within you. What you must hone on is your ability to recognize that X marks the spot. Because some of these golden opportunities may be obvious, but others may not be so readily apparent. That's what it is. It's like, how can I do this? Because I'm given the vision. I don't go looking for shit. I'm shown what to do. I don't look for things to do. I'm shown what to do. And I really feel like this is just, you know what I mean, the manifestations come to fruition. I didn't plan it. Not really. I saw the idea and I thought it was a good idea and I worked towards it. And not quickly either. It took my long ass time at it. Anyways, trust your intuition to light your way as you now enter this truly prosperous phase where all along hard work navigating your inner life is now paying off externally. Why so much? Because I need to get my income up before income tax next year. I haven't worked that much this year, so that's why. And intensely, so that I'll have some, you know what I mean, money to meet all my needs. Because I haven't worked that much this year, I haven't met a bunch of my needs. I haven't rebuilt anything. I've just been, you know what I mean, living. Just like the rest of you. I haven't really been growing, just living. And that's where this is, you know what I mean, now we're going to start growing. In all aspects of your life, this is, at this time, you have good fortune. Don't forget to enjoy it and share it with others, as treasure shared multiplies like magic. That's it. It's like, try this, dude. This will work. I always try to teach people. It's not me. I try to teach you how to reach God and let Him show you what to do so that you can manifest abundance and happiness in your life. Mostly just adventures that bring happiness to your heart. It's not like I'm making like hundreds and hundreds of dollars, but I am in the essence of, it's like, you know, I didn't do this because it pays great hourly wage. In essence, I got to work twice as hard. I got to work 2 jobs for what you guys make, and usually 1 job. But that's not the point. It's just being, like he said, being still and being ready. Relationship. Your relationship is a treasure, providing even more than you need, but you may not see that right now. Told you. They showed me, that's how they keep me going. They have to show me that this ends well, or I'm not going nowhere near it. And they have to keep reminding me to keep me going, because I'll just give up. I'll give up. Why? What the fuck am I fighting for? The idea of who you are now makes me sick. So they have to keep showing me this version of who you could be, or they're not even showing me you. They want me to imagine, to envision something better, so that it can be. Anyways, no matter how long you've been together, you and your partner have always discovered hidden gems about yourselves and each other. I don't know. I bet you really love me. I do remember using you as a way to shut other people up because they think I'm not real, and then I can show them a guy and they don't have nothing to say. I did use you against Bobby quite a few times, so you could shut up and have some respect for me. You wouldn't be so disrespectful. They're trying to build you up. I'm trying to tear you down. This isn't working. Well, that's interesting. They're like, you know, standing next to him makes you look better. And they showed me with, you know, Marshall. Does Marshall make me look better? After the gin and juice move? And that's what I said. You're making me look bad, bro. You're supposed to be standing next to me, and we're supposed to be standing for the goodness of God. And you're over there fucking sipping on gin and juice. What the fuck are you doing? You're making me look bad. Oh, man, no. You guys are gonna look great as a power couple. King of Wands, king. No. I feel this dirty fucking energy coming off of you, bro. This dirty energy. It's like, no, he exhibits the Lilith quite lovely. No, this is dirty. We're not supposed to be gods of seduction and shit like this. This is filth. Take it off. I don't like this. Sorry. I feel like you're going to abuse the power, bro, given to you by... You don't have no power unless I give in to you and give you an opportunity to be in a relationship with me. That makes you all powerful. I have a fear of you abusing that power, because you already show that you do it. Anytime you take any of my teachings, you use it to make yourself look, you know what I mean, cocky and knowledgeable and all this. You try to pronounce yourself as, you know, a self-made magician, and that you're all of these things. If it's not my teachings, fine, then it's somebody else's, but you're self-proclaimed as divine with no divinity. If I give you true divinity, what are you going to do? Anakin the shit out of me? I'm going to have to cut your fucking throat on live TV? You're the type of person that wants to be above everyone else. You're a tyrant ruler, bro. You don't want to help everyone else. You're not that guy, bro. That's going to jump up. You're not the guy. I'm having that fucking Steve Rogers to fucking, you know, egotistical Iron Man. It's like, you're not the one to fucking put your life down on the line to make sure there's nobody room to, or take my spot. Make sure they all live. I'll stay here. I'll fight them. You're not that guy, bro. You're not going to sacrifice for me or anyone else. This is about sacrificing for God. Not these people, but He wants us to do it for them. In His name. Not because they're so meaningful to us, but because He means so much to us, and they are His, you know, this is the task at hand. They're not my fucking people, bro. But He's my God. I can't stand fucking Trump. But those are our fucking people, bro. And yeah, I don't agree with them. But God said not to cast them out. He said, watch out for them. Oh, I can't stand them, God. They're hateful. They're bigots. They're racist. They're greedy. They're awful fucking people, God. Please don't make me stand for these people. I can't question my job, bro. Because if I look at my job, I'm gonna quit. I'm gonna quit, bro. I can't question whether or not you're worth it, Wolfman. I just gotta do what my God says, bro. Because when I look at you guys, bro, I don't see that, you know what I mean? And that's where Jesus said is, don't lean on your understanding. I don't understand. I don't understand. I'm always seeking understanding of this world. I don't understand. I find understanding from the spirit within that makes it make sense to me, because it doesn't. Oh. It doesn't have to make sense to us, and it never really does, of why God puts us, you know what I mean, in places, and, you know what I mean, puts us in roles and has us do things. It's like, you don't really understand why God just put you in a car wreck right now and just ruined your holidays and you lost your job. You won't have understanding about this till 5 years from now, and you see where that led you. You can't see where these places are pushing you to go, which is to higher lengths. You can't see the bigger picture. Sometimes you can. For someone like me, I've got to see what I'm working towards. And they got to remind me all the time so that I don't give up. And that's where I can tell you with this. Guys, I've already seen it. They remind me all the time. This is done. I've seen it a million times. I see the work that I have to do. I see, you know what I mean? Piece in piece, they piece it together. The closer we get to it, the more pieces we get of it. Right? But everything seems impossible in the beginning. Especially when it comes down to, you know, what God's putting in your in your heart. Now is a time of discovery. It is as if everything is in sync and everything is new again. Romance blooms and love is in the air. You can be assured that this partnership will bring you great gifts and valuable lessons. Keep your heart open. The message of this card is to celebrate love and what it teaches you. I know it's there. I know I have love for you, that I love you. I just haven't got nowhere near that. Once we get there, then it's dangerous. But I gotta go through all the workings of getting to that. I know it's there. Prosperity message. At this time, you can be confident that success is yours. Your ideas are hitting the mark. You are in a true manifestation period when you will see evidence of the seeds of prosperity you planted in the past, obviously. The appearance of this card in a reading indicates your dreams and aspirations align with concrete signs of prosperity in the world of form. That's what's going to happen. I realized that I believe, I needed to confirm it, but I believe that Target has that daily pay, is what I saw on there. And that means I could get paid out every day. And then Salvation Army pays every week. So, you know what I mean? I'll be good, like, right away. Like, this is like the last day. And I'm not like I'm not good already. Creative projects will flourish as aspiration strikes. Share your wealth with others, too. Generosity and gratitude should lead you now. Prosperity message. Poverty consciousness and a sense of not enough cast shadows on your path. These ideas and core beliefs come with a high cost. Do you really want to proclaim yourself a victim of disappointment and failed expectations? I've been a priestess without a church for 3 years. I didn't need a church to be a priestess. I just want to remind you that. It's not about, you know what I mean, showing off what you have. I'm not a priestess when I have a church. I have a congregation here. What do I teach over here? Everything Christ-like. Everything spiritual. My church is literally digital at this point until it's become physical. And that's kind of something I was seeing yesterday too. What would it take for me to open it? I mean, rent on a building and great advertising? And I already saw it. How would you do it? Because that's what they showed me. I saw it. I saw how this begins. I was like, what did it look like? It looked like just a store in a shopping center with spiritual freaking pictures on the window. And what happens there? This is an entry fee. You pay a flat entry fee and you come in and it's intense healing. Really? Yeah. Like therapy? Really? Yeah. I needed to find out the logistics of how we can smoke on site. How to do that. It is something legal in Colorado. I just don't know. Obviously, it's going to be difficult to find that, but it can't be any more difficult than me trying to get a fucking license in the psychic arts in fucking Nevada. I'll figure it out. But that needs to be established. And then it could just be in a really good 420 friendly fucking lot where we can just have a cool smoking area in the back part of, you know, where we smoke. So most places in Colorado, it depends on the surrounding businesses or neighbors if anybody says anything. They don't typically like you to be, you know, out consuming in public, and as long as we're not selling or distributing, then there shouldn't be a problem there. But if we advertise consumption, then you need a license for that type of shit. What do you mean? Like at the bars, they know you're smoking weed in the smoking section, but they don't have a license for it. But then there's places where you can go legally to go consume at. So I need to kind of look at the logistics of that. But in order for me to start a healing, what does it take? Paying rent on a location? Really? Yeah. And advertising the location and then bringing them in? How do we generate profit? I just told you. Paid sessions. How many people, how many $25 sessions does it take to pay the overhead for to keep the daily operations running? Which come down to what? What does it take to run this business? It's a non-profit organization, meaning I'm not supposed to be making a profit. So where do the profits go to? That goes into charitable works and expansion. Really? Nobody's pocket, unless there's paid employees. You have to have paid employees at a non-profit organization. So there have to be, you know what I mean? There's paid employees. But they don't get the profit of the organization. They're just paid. And that's what these motherfuckers here at this non-profit organization don't seem to understand. They believe in all the profits of working at this organization. Funny as it may be. Really? Yeah, I can see this. Business models and shit. If it was about expanding and profit-based, that would be a lot harder to run. I'm not supposed to be making a lot of money. I'm just supposed to be keeping the lights on and keeping people healed. And then paying myself as an employee so that I don't need a secondary job. Ta-da! How much do I need? In the words of Forrest Gump's mother, a man only needs so much wealth. After that, he's just showing off. What do I need? The same exact thing. To pay my own damn bills. Now, if I could get a home-based center with just a space, you know what I mean? Now we're talking, bro. Let me hit a fucking... You know what I mean? And that's really what it is. There's lots of opportunities for what my business is. What's your business? Is your business all about numbers, expansion, and growth? Then that means you're in a very competitive world of consumerism. And that could lead to some real serious problems depending on your marketing and promoting and sales teams. What are you doing to advertise your gift? Whatever it is, whatever you're selling, right? You're selling yourself, you're selling something. Or are you using yourself to sell other people's product as this so-called ambassador? Are you getting a check to wear this stuff? And that's where I got Russ. It's like, are they paying you to wear the designers? Or you pay an enormous amount of money to run around in designer clothes just to say you wear them? Who makes the clothes, you or them? Interesting. So you're just trying to be like the other people that wear these clothing? That's where he came up with this great idea. He was going to make his own clothing with his own face on it. And they came out with ugly artwork because he didn't have a good design team. Have you seen his artwork for the last 3 years? It's garbage. Garbage. My daughter. I'm not even going to start with that. I'll keep her art to, herself because she's going to be a billionaire with her artwork. In essence, it's like you ask people with no artistic skills to do art. You ask people with no managerial skills to manage you. You ask people with no fucking, you know what I mean? No capital to run your fucking finances. The fuck are you talking about, bro? You ask a person that doesn't know how to drive a stick shift to be your fucking driver. Okay. So, yeah. Consider all the things considered. Moving on. Are you avoiding success because you will grow so tall that others will want to cut you down? Or is it possible that you are caught in fear that you will lose what you have acquired, so you hold on tight, that you miss opportunities to expand? You are challenged to change the way you see the world and move from a perception of limitation to a perception of abundance. Take a risk, for you have nothing to lose except for your commitment to in a prison of your own making. Was that 8 of Swords? Open the doors and find the abundance waiting for you to claim it. The only thing stopping you from a good time is the bad time you're living. How's that fit? That goes back to Bobby. How come we can't be together? Because you're fucking married. You want to do something about that? Oh, you're happy? Okay, then I'll leave you in your happy marriage, and I'm going to go and have a happy life myself. Don't be mad that your marriage holds you back from a great relationship. That alone should tell you, are you in a great relationship when you're seeking one outside of your marriage, and yet you're telling me that you're in... Get the fuck away from me, bro. Get away from me. I'm offering you a great relationship. What are you offering me? See what I mean? You didn't even offer me great sex. What the fuck, Chuck? At least I live up to my expectations. Anyways, going back to it. I don't know, guys. When you sail away, I'm fixing my cards. Why? I don't know. I felt like I had to put them in order. I'm very being... My fucking whole life is, dude, If I showed you my room, which I don't like to do, why don't I do that? I have nothing to hide. It's that people that are real high level like me could astral project themselves into my space if they knew what it looked like. That's all they need, is to know what your space looks like, and they can be in your space. So I don't do shit like that, but my house is completely clean. I did that yesterday. I did that. Keep doing that. So now I'm cleaning my cards. As you can see, I'm probably going to clean my altar next. What is this one? By the book. Loyal Heart. I haven't read all these. I'm trying to see if there is one. Take a nap. I'm down with that. Chaos and conflict. Clean it up. All that glitters. Flexible. Well, guys, it's building up to a great weekend. Are you going to do something great with your life this weekend, or are you going to have the same week next week? What happened to that 11/11 portal? I thought you were going to have new beginnings. This was going to be your new year. Are you waiting till January 1st to make some changes? How long will those take to, to set into effect? You're going to plant seeds in the cold of winter, and you're going to expect them to grow when and how? Off of what and why? You know the farming situation? Have you ever bought one of those farmer's almanacs? Speaking of which, that's what I really need to do. I should get dressed and go somewhere. I don't feel like it. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll have energy. I need to go get me that. They probably even have it at Target. Really? Yeah, I need to get the Witch's Sabbath almanac so we can see what's going on. Well, guys, that's what I got for you. What did we talk about? Shadows. We're just in the shadows. I don't know how long we're going to be in the shadows. Let's try to keep it light, but let's try to get through them. Yes? I don't know what we talked about. I know, I remember talking about shadows and having to cry. Oh yeah, masks and hiding who we are so that we can be accepted. That's what we started with. I remembered my outfit. You wear that? Yeah, I would like to. Doesn't mean I'm not sexy under here. I just like to stay nice and covered up. And that's what I was always laughing about. It's like, you have no idea what I'm wearing under here. That's funny. Love yous. Laters. Bye-bye now.